here. It's gonna be nice right here. He's filling up the water about as fast as I dig it. Water coming out from underneath the house. But everything comes to this corner down here pretty much from the front. See, a lot of folks put a lot of drains on the inside of the foundation. And in the basement, there's a lot of people that does that. And I might have told you before, French drain in a landscape setting is pretty much my last resort. We go to a lot of jobs and people say, hey, I need a French drain. But that French drain, that's my last resort. I'll do several things before I put a French drain in, because especially up around the house, you're supposed to have your drains up around your house, but most of them pretty deep. When you put that gravel in the ground, when you put that gravel in there and you open that up, put that pipe in there, what you're doing, you're telling that water, come to me. So if you got water and you got a French drain in here or a foundation drain in here, you're telling all that water to come to me. But you know, around here where we live, the way the grade is and the way the lay of the land is, about 80% of the time, the way the land is, if it's graded pretty right when that house goes in, you can get that water away from the house. They'll set that house up a little bit, and it's not flat land. We're not living in flat land here. It's hills and hollers, and some of it's a little deeper than others, but you can pretty much get that water. Out from there, and got the ball going on over all the kids at the neighbors. But anyhow, you're telling that water to come to you. You know, come to me, and you're inviting that water. But what I'm getting at, when you put a foundation drain on the inside, you're wicking all that water from the outside. You're wicking it in, trying to get it to a sump pump in there when you go around that foundation. Sometimes that's the only thing you can do. But around here, there's usually other ways to do that. But there's a lot of folks around here wants to encapsulate these foundations. And I hate to say it, but there's a lot of elderly folks that go in. And I've noticed the pest control folks is getting into that business. And they get in there and it'll be a little bit damp underneath. First thing they want to do is go in there and put drains around the inside, encapsulates that thing. And some of them prices on that stuff is just ungodly. I mean, you're talking about some of that stuff starts $30,000, $40,000 to do that. And sometimes there's a different way. You know, sometimes there's a downspout line stopped up, gutter overflowing or something like that. My first question is, I said, you know, you've lived here 30 years and it still started doing this. There's a reason why. You know, that's kind of where I'm at with it. And but I hate to say it, some of those folks, they upsell this stuff. They upsell it, and it's just a lot of money. A lot of money. People spend a lot of money. You get a professional that does it right, and that's the only way it can be done. That's maybe the way to go. But usually stuff we do, and we don't do foundation drains. That's a whole nother bear. And people say, well, maybe you need to stay in your lane, do what you do. But I've seen a lot of stuff that they go in, and then we get called back after they spend $30,000, $40,000, and there's a stopped up line out there that's 10, 15 feet from the house. The water just pouring under the house. You never check that. You know. Anyway, that's that on that right there. I'm not bashing nobody. I'm just telling you, it's just different stuff. But them French drains, that stuff, it's usually last resort for me when we do something like that. I'm having to do it here at my house, and we knew that when we bought the house. We knew that it was going to be something like that. And I feel like we got a pretty good deal on it, and I believe that's one reason why we got a deal on it, because the ground was no good, and they were ready to sell it, the old home place, and they didn't want to deal with the septic tank. We ain't had no trouble with that, but this old ground down here is no good. Anyhow, I'm babbling on. Finish digging this hole. I got it right on there. All right, everybody. Let me show you what I got. I got that hole run out of battery right there. I got that hole dug out. About 3.5, 4 foot deep right here. You can see the water down in that hole right there. I got to go get some concrete, put in the bottom of it. But like I said, all this stuff's gonna come on into this thing right here. I've got a power source right inside this wall right here. Right up in here, I'm gonna bore a hole, put some conduit in there. All right, folks, if you like these videos, how about hitting them buttons for us? We'll see you on the next one.